Hello. Hello, hello. Hi, Alexa Luther. Hi, Royal Six. Hi, guys. I'm so excited for you to be here. Let me pin this really quick. Hello. Hi, guys. Hi, Pilates Polecat. Hi, Fizzban. Hi, Timmy. Hi, Naughty Chocolates. How are you guys? How's everyone today? Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. We'll just wait for Samantha to get on. And then we will get started. I'm so excited. We have lots of people joining in. Hi, Krista. Hi, Queen Cat. Hi, Sick Femme. Is it hot in South Carolina, Timmy? Hi, nice to meet you too. I see you on there. I just accepted you to join, Miss Samantha. I'm just waiting for you to respond back, love. Hi, Don Queen. Hi, Shameless Kitty. We're having a little bit of a hiccup here getting her on. We'll try again. Let me cancel and let me try to get you back on. Fingers crossed. Wonderful internet issues. Hi, Rhinaps. So, Naughty Chocolates, we have Samantha Starr joining us today. We are going to do an interview with her, which I'm so excited about. And then you guys have to stay tuned because after she will be teaching a free class. So I'm super excited about that. Hi. Oh, you should start polling again, Timmy. Hi, Araic. Hi, guys. How is everyone? Hi, Chelsea. We have a great day planned today. Hi, Allie, Cat 19. Hi, guys. We are just waiting for Samantha to join. We might be having some internet issues. We'll give her a couple seconds and then we'll try again if we need to. Oh no. All right, let's try again because we're having some issues here. Hold on.
There
yes!
we go.
She's here.
Technical difficulties.
Right, but we're here, man. What? Third time's a charm.
Hi, guys.
So everyone, welcome. I'm here with XPole US, and we are here with the fabulous Samantha Starr. She is a gymnast. She is the handstand queen. She is a yoga instructor, professional competitor, and you won first place at the PSO in Atlantic 2019. And she is the famous instructor at the famous world-known Body and Pole in New York. So for some of the new viewers, let them know a little bit about yourself.
I'm Samantha Starr, aka Lithium Kitten. Coming at you today from my makeshift pole studio, which is actually my boyfriend's like wood shop, like photo
very cool
studio that he rigged me a pole. So we have our X pole up, but the ceilings were too tall, so he made me this contraption to be able to keep it up, which is really cool.
Yes,
so I live in New York, where studios are still not open. So we are waiting and hoping that the beginning of August we'll be allowed to open.
Yes.
And in the meantime, I've been teaching online. Not as much. At the beginning, I was doing a lot more IG Live, and now I'm doing a lot more Zoom classes.
Okay. Yeah, and you are also teaching with XPole. Now has XPole TV, which is really exciting, and you teach on there now, and you do some strength and some balance stuff too. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I have two different sets of videos. One is with Beyond Balance, which is a company that sells handstand apparatus as well as other helpful workout tools like stall bars and things like that. And we did a series with them about handstands. So
cool.
there's some handstand stuff up on XPole TV.
Okay.
And then also I did a pole series of strength and conditioning.
Wow, very cool. So what's one tip that you could give us that would help handstands?
Practice.
Okay.
I mean, that's gonna kind of go for everything, honestly. Getting information is really important. So finding a teacher or finding a couple of different teachers and taking classes.
Right.
But honestly, it's once you have a little bit of information, it's practicing.
Right.
Really, that's the
so
best
true.
thing. The best thing you can do is do more of it.
Okay, that's so true. It's like what you practice, you become, and it's never too, you can't go wrong going back to basics, because it's always perfecting that technique and form.
Always
is
good.
Really important.
Well,
right.
It's also interesting because the basics change.
Right.
Right. So there's, depending on what level you are, is depending on what your basics are.
True.
And so that's interesting, and like how it can be adapted and how it can keep growing and things like this.
Yeah, I never thought about that. So then, as far as how did you get started in the industry?
Oh geez. I started teaching pole in 2011 in Boston at Boston Pole Fitness. I had a friend who was teaching there at the time, and she needed, she was having like a surgery on her hip, and she needed a sub. And I was like, you want me to teach? I was like, I don't know about that. And so it ended up happening. And I ended up realizing when I started teaching that it was something that made sense to me.
Right.
And I didn't realize that it didn't make sense to other people. I was like, oh, you can't just do that? Oh, okay. How can you do something else to then build the strength to be able to then do whatever that skill was? And it made sense to me.
Yes.
So I started teaching there, and then I ended up going to Pole Show LA and being like, holy crap, this is a whole scene.
Yeah.
Who can do this for a living, and went to PoleCon. It was in LA the first year I went, and I took a couple trainings.
Very cool.
I took Expert, and it's just kind of gone from there. And so I was training, I was living in Boston. I was coming down to New York to train at Body and Pole.
Right.
And it was kind of one of those things where I was like, this place is amazing. I want to stay here forever. How can I do that? And I was kind of being like,
yes, I went to Body and Pole years ago when I was first a baby poler, and I took classes there, and then I got expert certified also.
Nice. Yeah, I actually did my expert, the last expert certification that they did at Body and Pole, so it was kind of cool.
Very cool.
And in that training, I was like, why, one of the questions is, why are you taking this training? And I was like, well, 'cause I want to do this one day. And they ended up expanding and needing more teachers. So they had like a smaller studio, and then they built it a little bit bigger. And when they expanded, they were looking for more teachers. And hello.
You're like me.
I'm available,
So
and I moved to New York.
Yeah. So then with COVID going on right now, COVID has been putting us on lockdown, and it's been really difficult to go to studios. So how have you been dealing with that? I know you mentioned you were doing some online stuff, but I know.
Trying softly myself. I mean, it's finding ways to adapt, right? And for the time being, I also have some online classes with Body and Pole online.
Okay.
And so if people wanted to train with me that way, because for a while I didn't have a pull up, so I was just teaching flexibility and handstands. Now that I have the pull up, I do one Zoom class a week on Friday. So if anybody's interested and wants to come, hit me up.
Very cool.
But yeah, it's Body and Pole has been doing, like, they were doing some IG live classes and doing some Zoom classes for the online students and stuff like that. So it's been nice to be able to still connect with some of the students.
Yes, it's so true. It's so true. Do you think that COVID is going to make a huge impact on the aerial and pole industry, and how it's going to impact the industry? I
mean, I think it's going to be different everywhere based on lots of things, right? So for example, like in California, I know that studios opened and places opened, and now they're on lockdown again. So it's going to be hard for studios to be able to continue having actual physical spaces if they can't have an income, right? So a lot of studios, I think, are okay for a couple of months, but then it depends on, I think, a lot of different things of how long it ends up lasting, how the regulations change. So if it stays at, 50% capacity, there are some studios that will be okay, and some studios will not be. So I think
crazy. How it is different in every state and stuff like that too. I'm in Florida. So in Florida, it's like we're kind of opening everything up again, but yet our numbers are spiking. So it's like super scary.
And it's interesting because I think sometimes like there's a lot of people who might continue enjoying doing classes online because it's more convenient for them, and you can take classes with anybody around the world.
Yes, that's so true. That's so true.
But
So
there's
what
that
other things do you do during the day to like occupy yourself during this
nap.
lockdown?
No, I got a bike, so I ride my bike around.
Okay.
I'm teaching like I think 4 days a week right now. So I have at least one class that I'm teaching, and then I've been taking classes as well. I also work for a yoga studio. It's more like handstand and movement stuff.
Right.
So I teach for them. So I take classes, their online classes there.
Okay.
So that's been nice and different.
So you're keeping super busy. Yeah.
Yeah. And then recently, since we've been kind of allowed out of our houses again, I've been meeting some of my handstand friends outside to.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Yeah, it's so gorgeous outside. We need more vitamin D, and we need more positivity and more sunshine.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely. So what's your favorite yoga pose?
Oh gosh. I have one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I like just moving around. And I do yoga, I do movement, mobility, all sorts of this stuff. And so it kind of depends on the day and how my body's feeling.
Yes, that's so true.
Around. I'm a big advocate of morning practice.
Okay.
And this is another thing that I've been doing for a long time. Actually, at the beginning of COVID, I was doing it live every morning, but things shifted, and I still do it, not doing it live anymore. But I think it's important to continue moving your body all the time, and it doesn't have to be like a very big strenuous workout necessarily, but like mine's half hour and it's a little bit strenuous if you're not used to doing it. But for me, it's maintenance. So keeping your body moving and kind of staying a little bit aware of how things are feeling and where things are that day.
That's so true. That's such a good tip, because I'm trying to every day not let myself get kind of sunken into the couch, sunken into like not doing anything, Netflix, Hulu. And I'm like, okay, just keep moving. And I have some body issues. I have fibromyalgia, and then I've been through multiple car accidents. So I'm like, I just got to move. I just got to move, like work out the stiff joints, like let them pop and crack.
And some of it's kind of like a PT style movement, and some of it's just kind of like standing up and sitting down and like finding different avenues of doing that and just kind of staying mobile. My mom, I have a couple videos up on a platform called Skillwell that a friend of mine put out and created. And I put out like a 30-minute warm-up basically. And my mom bought it because I told her to, and she took it. She was like, "This is too hard for me. Can you go slower?" So I made her one. Nice. And it's on there. It's like modifications for mom, but it could be for anybody, honestly.
We'll have to watch that.
Yeah, it's cool, and it's fun because like I've also been doing that a little bit, where like I've done workouts with my mom over Zoom, and trying to connect with people that way, and kind of just getting people to move. Right.
Very cool. It's very good for the mind, for the spirit, for the body, for the wellness, definitely. Yeah. So you are going to teach a class after our interview, and let the viewers know what your class is going to be about and what you're covering.
Pole dancing. Well, pole dancing. So basically, star power, because and I'm not very creative with names, and I really like just using my name for things. So star power is basically conditioning, but it's more exciting than if you don't like conditioning. Yay, conditioning!
Yes.
Honestly, it's fun. It goes down to the basics and like being comfortable with moving and finding the base skills and building on it. So it's an all-level class. Different variation options based on where your level is. Working on what I consider the basics, which generally are like some core stuff, leg hangs, shoulder mounts. And even if you can't do those things, there's variations to start being able to learn them.
Is there a word of advice on, you mentioned shoulder mounts. I know one common thing that people are always asking with shoulder mounts is, why does it hurt my neck so bad? Why does it hurt my collarbone? Yes.
Generally, in my mind, it's a placement issue. So a lot of times people will start more on the top of their trap, and then when they roll up, they hit their collarbone. I find that if you start more down the middle of your back, or like in where you want to massage your back if you're on the fold, and then concave, round, protract, so that way you can roll up onto the top of the trap, you hit your collarbone less. Also, it's about how much pull you have. So at first, if you don't have enough strength, it's going to feel a little bit more uncomfortable. But a lot of times people arch into it instead of round into it.
True.
That's another part of just like where you place it to begin with, I find helps a lot.
Okay. Very cool. Good tip there.
Talking about
If listening, you're going to have to apply this. So we have a question. Do you like handstands?
Yes.
Yes.
Love them. Handstands are awesome. Mostly, honestly, because like you can do them anywhere. So if I'm traveling, if I'm at home and I don't have a pole, if I'm outside, it's still an activity that I can do. Right. It's a skill that never ends. So it's kind of one of those things where like you'll get something and then you'll get 90 other things that open up because of that. And also my favorite thing about handstands is connectivity with other people. So being able to have handstand friends and people that I share that love and passion with in New York, but also all over the world.
Yeah.
Where we're doing, actually, I'm doing a 4-week series. The first week was last week. I don't know if you can still hop in, maybe, with Nadia Sharif and Twisted Movement. So it's 4 different instructors. Brandon Grimm was last week. I'm going to be doing it Tuesday at, I think it's 3 o'clock Eastern and noon Pacific. Very cool. Alicia Archer, who is Kinky Sweat on Instagram, is going to be the following week. And then Nadia, who is hosting it, does the 4th week. So if you didn't sign up for it, I'm sure you can hit her up and like sign up for that. But it's cool to do series and connect with people and teach with my friends and stuff.
That is very cool. That's one thing I do have to say with COVID is I feel with all the online stuff happening, you're connecting more with people, and I'm so grateful for like us connecting today and then connecting with the viewers and stuff like that. It's definitely bringing more people worldwide together.
It's very cool. That has been, there's been a couple of small, like exciting perks, I guess, of slowing down and having to stay home and changing your schedule and your life is connecting differently with people.
Exactly.
And also having a little bit of time just for yourself.
Yeah, that's so true. So how have you been staying well during this whole lockdown period of time?
Well, I moved in with my boyfriend at the beginning of this. We were planning on moving in anyway, so it wasn't like because of this, but he has a couch, and I have not had a couch for the last 8 years that I've lived in New York.
Oh, wow.
Because I wanted to lay on the floor and roll around and do things. So I have, for me, noticed I've actually been sitting a lot more, like stuck in the couch a little bit. So I'm trying to get up and go out on walks, go out on bike rides, take a class or two, move around a little bit, stuff like this.
Right. So just movement is huge.
Yeah. For me, movement is definitely huge, and just finding different ways of, different classes and different things, and supporting friends and things like this, because so many people were out of work. And
so true.
It's tough, especially like at least in different industries. It's always interesting to see how people have adapted to being able to do things on the internet.
It's true.
It definitely, at the beginning of lockdown, it seemed like people were a lot more eager to take classes and donate money and help out and share things. And more and more recently, as places have started to open up and people have gone back to work, it's like numbers on classes have gone a little lower, but then you still have like your core hardcore people who are I'm going to take this class during my lunch break, or I'm going to excuse me if I turn off my camera because I'm pretending to work and stuff like that. So that's been kind of awesome too. Yeah,
that's so true. Very cool. Yeah, shout out to your boyfriend for your poll that you put up and everything.
Oh yeah, he's the best.
Very cool. So what words of advice would you give people who are pretty much just trying to get through this whole epidemic and this whole situation going on, and that are wanting to start a fitness regimen?
Start small. If it feels daunting, like if it's like, I can't do this, or it's too I would say just start with something. Anything is better than that.
Yes, so true.
Find, and this is another thing. So I didn't do pole for about 3 months, and going back onto pole was very humbling. My skin feels like things. My pole isn't as strong, and like I've been doing, and so it's something too. If you haven't been polling and you start to get back into it, be nice to yourself.
Yes,
number one. And number 2, go back a level.
Okay.
Where you were, what you remember doing, don't jump straight back into that. Give yourself a little bit of time, because there's definitely some moves and some tricks that I'm like, and I'm still working on some of the basics. So like I'll be in a leg hang and I'll just slide down the entire length of the pole.
I feel the pain.
There are feelings, there are emotions.
Yes.
But kind of just allowing yourself the time to get back into it.
Yes.
And
I
it
love
does
that.
come back. The first week was rough, and then since then it's starting to get better and better. Every time I'm on the pole, it feels a little bit better.
Yeah, that's so true. I think a lot of people need to really focus on self-love and be patient with themselves. And, you know, you're going to have one good day, one bad day, and that's okay.
Yeah. And I think rest days are also really important because sometimes people get super low and want to do it every day of the week. And like, for me, I need at least one full-on rest day where I'm not doing anything. Still do my own morning practice every day, but to me, it's not really a workout. It's more of just like
warming the body
movement. Yeah, warming myself up to walk outside. To do
I love that.
But start small. Find
it's so true because
that you
people get so eager and then they hurt themselves, and then there's injuries that happen, and then you get put back months later, or people push through an injury, which is not good either. Yeah.
So it's kind of listening to your body to some degree and remembering that if you haven't been doing stuff during, like the downtime, then to start a little bit slower than just jumping back into where you were at the beginning phase. Or
That's true. That's true. I love it. Good advice. We love it. So what is it that you want to be remembered by?
Oh, geez. I don't know.
Big question of the day.
I mean, I don't know. That's like an interesting one. I don't think I've ever been asked that. I just want to help inspire people to move, and the hope that can be something that I can give to people. If it's not by my teaching, by somebody else, and just your own involvement with your body, because that's the vehicle that we have, and to be able to continue moving it and using it and feeling okay inside of it is nice.
Yes, that's so true. You only have one body, so you really have to preserve it, and you really have to love it and take care of it. I've realized that too a lot recently, because I've had some health scares too, and it's like,